Good afternoon, Virgo. So, listen carefully. There's something building in the energetic field around your life right now. Not something guaranteed, not something predetermined, but something real. Something that has the potential to manifest in a way that will catch you off guard. And when I say surprise, I'm not talking about magic falling from the sky. I'm talking about convergence, about things you've set in motion consciously or unconsciously that are reaching a point where they could produce an outcome you hadn't fully anticipated. Stay grounded, because what's happening isn't that the universe randomly decided to reward you. It's not that you manifested perfectly. It's not that the stars align just for you. What's happening is you've been building something, making choices, taking actions, investing energy in certain directions, even when the results weren't immediately visible. And that accumulation, it's approaching a threshold, a point where the invisible becomes visible, where internal effort translates into external outcome, where what you've been planting starts to sprout in ways you can actually see. Can you feel it? This sense that something's moving beneath the surface? Drop a comment if you're already picking up on this energy, because here's what I'm actually tracking in your energetic field. There are multiple threads in your life that have been developing separately, different areas, different investments of energy, different seeds you've planted without necessarily knowing which ones would grow. And those threads, they're starting to converge, they're starting to intersect, they're starting to create combinations and possibilities that didn't exist when they were isolated. Maybe it's a skill you developed meeting an opportunity you didn't know was coming. Maybe it's a connection you made casually, revealing itself to be significant. Maybe it's work you did on yourself, creating readiness for something you've been wanting. Whatever the specific combination, it's creating potential for something to manifest that will feel unexpected. That will make you think, I didn't see this coming, even though in retrospect, you'll recognize all the pieces were there. Does this feel accurate? Have you been building things without knowing how they'd connect? Let me know in the comments, because let me be clear about what shocking actually means in this context. It doesn't mean traumatic. It doesn't mean frightening. It doesn't mean something that destabilizes you. It means unexpected, outside your current assumptions about what's possible, different than what you've been imagining or planning for. And that unexpectedness, it's actually important, because if you could predict exactly how good things were going to show up, if you could control exactly how opportunities manifest, if you could plan every positive development, you'd limit yourself to what you already believe is possible. You'd stay within the boundaries of your current imagination. You'd miss what's available beyond what you can currently conceive. So the surprise element isn't about randomness. It's about reality being bigger than your current picture of it. It's about possibilities existing that you haven't been tracking. It's about the universe or life or whatever you want to call it having a wider view than your limited perspective. Does this reframe help? Does it shift how you think about surprise? Comment below if this lands, because here's what I'm sensing about the happy part. This isn't going to be the kind of surprise that creates more problems. It's not going to be the careful what you wish for kind of development where you get what you wanted, but it comes with complications that make it not worth having. This is going to be genuinely positive, genuinely welcome, genuinely aligned with what actually serves your life. It might be an opportunity that opens doors you thought were closed. It might be a connection that brings joy or support or partnership you've been missing. It might be recognition or validation or success in an area where you've been working without seeing results. It might be resolution to something that's been stuck. It might be clarity about something that's been confusing. It might be movement where there's been paralysis. Whatever the specific content, it's going to create a feeling of relief, of excitement, of finally something's going right, of validation that your effort hasn't been wasted, that your consistency matters, that good things can actually happen. Have you been needing that kind of validation, that proof that effort pays off? Let me know in the comments, because I want to talk about timing. I can't tell you exactly when this will manifest. I can't promise it's going to be tomorrow or next week or next month. Timing is the one thing I can't predict with precision because it depends on variables I can't see. What I can tell you is it's building. The momentum is there. The convergence is happening. The conditions are aligning. And when timing is right, when all the necessary elements are in position, when the path is clear, it's going to break through. It's going to become visible. It's going to manifest in your tangible reality. So instead of fixating on when, instead of anxiously scanning for signs, instead of getting frustrated that it hasn't happened yet, stay present. Stay consistent. Keep doing what you've been doing that's creating these conditions. Keep investing energy in alignment with your actual values and vision. Keep showing up even when results aren't immediate, because the surprise isn't going to come from doing nothing and hoping. It's going to come from your sustained effort meeting aligned circumstances, from your preparation meeting opportunity, from your readiness meeting possibility. Can you stay consistent without needing to know exactly when it will pay off? Drop a comment if you can commit to that. Because here's what else I'm picking up on. Part of what makes this a surprise is that you've maybe stopped expecting it. You've maybe resigned yourself to things being a certain way. You've maybe lowered your expectations to protect yourself from disappointment, and that's understandable. When you've been waiting for a long time, when you've been working hard without seeing results, when you've been hoping and being let down, eventually you protect yourself by not hoping as hard, by tempering expectations, by telling yourself it's fine if nothing changes. But here's the thing, just because you've stopped expecting it doesn't mean it's stopped building. Just because you've protected yourself from disappointment doesn't mean the positive outcome has disappeared. It just means when it shows up, it's going to catch you even more off guard. It's going to feel even more like a surprise because you weren't actively hoping for it anymore. And that can actually make it better because you're not in that desperate, attached, needing it to happen state. You're just living your life and then something good happens. And you get to receive it without all the anxious hoping that usually accompanies waiting for good things. Have you stopped expecting good things to protect yourself? Let me know in the comments, because I want to address what might be blocking this from manifesting, your own resistance to receiving, your own skepticism about whether good things can actually happen for you. your own tendency to dismiss positive possibilities before they fully materialize. Because if you're so defended against disappointment that you can't even recognize opportunity when it shows up, you might miss it. You might talk yourself out of it. You might convince yourself it's too good to be true and therefore must not be real. And that would be tragic. To have something genuinely good trying to manifest and you blocking it because you can't believe you're allowed to have it. So here's what I need you to do. Work on your receptivity. Work on your capacity to actually let good things in. Work on the belief that you deserve positive developments and can handle them when they arrive, not through forced affirmations, not through pretending you believe things you don't, but through gentle questioning of the stories you tell yourself about what's possible for you. Ask yourself, what if good things can happen? What if my effort does pay off? What if I'm actually ready to receive what I've been building toward? And when those questions create discomfort or resistance, notice that, pay attention to it. That's the block. That's what needs softening. Can you work on your capacity to receive? Comment below if you're willing to try. Because here's what I'm also sensing. This surprise isn't going to solve all your problems. It's not going to make your entire life perfect. It's not going to be the thing that fixes everything that's been hard, but it's going to be significant. It's going to matter. It's going to create positive shift in an area that's been stuck or difficult or frustrating. And that shift, it's going to give you evidence that things can change, evidence that effort compounds, evidence that you're not stuck in current circumstances permanently. And that evidence it's powerful because it breaks the spell of believing nothing ever changes. It disrupts the narrative that you're doomed to struggle indefinitely. It creates hope that's based on actual experience rather than just wishful thinking. And from that evidence-based hope, you can build more, you can invest more energy, you can take bigger risks, you can show up more fully because you'll have proof that showing up matters, that effort pays off, that good things can actually happen. Does this feel like what you need right now? This proof that things can shift? Let me know in the comments because I want to talk about what's required from you when the surprise shows up. Recognition. You have to actually see it, actually acknowledge it, actually let yourself register that something good happened. Because sometimes we're so defended, so skeptical, so used to dismissing positive things. We don't even fully receive them when they arrive. We minimize them, we explain them away, we focus on what's still wrong instead of what just went right. And that's a tragedy. To have something good happen and not even fully experience it because you're too busy protecting yourself from hope. So when this shows up, when the surprise manifests, when the happy development occurs, stop. Actually stop. Let yourself feel it. Let yourself acknowledge it. Let yourself be happy about it without immediately looking for the catch. Gratitude. Not performative gratitude, not forced appreciation, but genuine recognition that something positive happened and you get to have it. Because gratitude isn't about owing anything to anyone. It's about fully receiving what's being offered, about letting good things land instead of deflecting them. Action. If the surprise is an opportunity, you have to actually engage with it. If it's a door opening, you have to walk through it. If it's a possibility presenting itself, you have to take action on it. Because sometimes good things show up, but they require participation. They require you to meet them halfway. They require you to say yes and follow through. Can you commit to actually receiving this when it comes? Drop a comment if you're ready, because here's what I really want you to understand. This surprise that's building, it's not random. It's not luck. It's not the universe arbitrarily deciding to be nice to you. It's consequence. It's the result of choices you've made, of energy you've invested, of consistency you've maintained even when it didn't seem to matter. And that means you can trust it. You can trust that you're ready for it. You can trust that you've created the conditions for it. You can trust that when it manifests, it's because you've done the work to make it possible. Not because you're special, not because you deserve it more than others, but because you've been building toward it, whether you fully recognized it or not. So when it shows up, when you're standing in that moment of, wow, this is actually happening, own it. Recognize your role in creating it. Acknowledge that your effort mattered. Let yourself feel proud of the consistency that made this possible, because this isn't happening to you, it's happening through you, because of you, as a result of who you've been becoming. And that's powerful. That's evidence of your own creative capacity. That's proof that you're not a passive recipient of random circumstance. You're an active participant in building your life. And this surprise, it's evidence of that. Can you own that? Can you recognize your role in creating this? Let me know in the comments, because I also want to prepare you for what comes after. The surprise will be exciting. It will be happy. It will create positive feeling and forward momentum, but it won't make everything permanently easy. It won't solve all problems. It won't mean you never struggle again. What it will do is shift something, create movement, open possibility, give you evidence and momentum to build on. And from that foundation, you keep building, you keep choosing, you keep investing energy in alignment with your actual vision, because one positive development doesn't mean the work is done. It means the work is paying off. And that's reason to keep going, not reason to stop. So receive the surprise fully. Let yourself enjoy it. Let it land and create the positive impact it's meant to create. And then keep building. Keep showing up. Keep making choices from alignment. Keep trusting that your effort compounds even when results aren't immediate. Because this surprise, it's not the destination. It's confirmation you're on a path that works. It's evidence that the direction you've been moving is actually taking you somewhere good. And that's reason to keep walking, to keep trusting, to keep showing up for what you're building. Does this feel like the right perspective? Comment below if this helps, because ultimately, here's what this is really about. Life has positive surprises available. Good things can happen unexpectedly. Your effort can pay off in ways you didn't fully anticipate, and you're positioned to receive one of those surprises, not because you're special, not because you're owed it, but because you've been creating conditions for it through your choices and your energy and your consistency. So stay open, stay present, stay willing to receive. Don't block it with skepticism. Don't dismiss it with cynicism. Don't protect yourself so thoroughly from disappointment that you can't let in joy. Just stay available, stay aware, stay ready to recognize and receive when something good shows up. The surprise is building, the happy development is forming, the shocking positive shift is approaching manifestation, and you're ready for it. More ready than you think, more capable of receiving than you believe. So open your hands, open your heart, open yourself to the possibility that good things can actually happen. And when it arrives, when the surprise manifests, when the happy shock becomes real, let yourself have it fully, completely, without reservation. You've earned it, you're ready for it, and it's coming. I don't sell futures, I build architects. No predictions, just the raw truth for the tough ones. Stay magic, stay in the now.